Inside Monster Jam.
How's it going? Welcome to another half hour of Inside Monster Jam. You know what? Today's show, we're not in a stadium with 60,000 Monster Maniacs. Not in 4 sold-out shows in your favorite arena. Right here, right now, we are in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, home of the man, the big dog, Dennis Anderson, a.k.a. The Grave Digger. You say it. The Grave Digger. Right in front of the Digger Dungeon. This place has everything a monster truck fan could ever dream about. And we're going to check it all out. Here at the Digger's Dungeon, we're going to have a lot of fun. Today I'm going to ride around with the kids in little Digger go-karts, and if I'm really good, I get to drive the 1950 Chevy wagon. Yes, the Grave Digger, on a specifically designed course out back. You know, some people are sitting around going, I like it when you guys feature different racing from around the country. Man, don't worry, we got it all. Arenacross from Nashville, Rough Trucks from Sacramento, Quad Wars from Minneapolis, and monster truck action from Landover, Maryland. Let's kick off today's show. Monster truck racing from Tampa, Florida on IMJ. I'm here with Fred Schaefer. We were just talking about a couple of things. The thing I liked is you said they're going to pack this place. And what was the number you told me?
Oh, 65, 70,000, not unusual down here. Real enthusiastic crowd down here, exciting. We got a turning course here, U-turn course. Fans always like that.
Do you think it's getting bigger and bigger? I know it is, but bigger and bigger year in and year out?
Yeah, it is. More fans, more people to stadiums, more enthusiasm. Trucks are going faster. Trucks are flying higher. I mean, it's not unusual to see this truck 20 feet in the air now. You think 10,000 pounds can fly 20 feet in the air? I could jump over my trailer back here. It's 13 foot high. Real easy.
Robert Parker drove Dennis Anderson's Grave Digger hard on the extremely tight U-turn course. He took care of business against Predator in round 1, then against Paul Schaefer's Monster Patrol.
So no problem for the Grave Digger to hit the ramp and fully launch over every single, no matter how many cars they put out, full air.
Hills, walls, it don't matter, you know. We just come out here to get with the program.
Mr. Consistency Gary Porter lived up to his nickname as he drilled Carolina Crusher past Bennett Clark and Clydesdale in round 1, then destroyed Fred Schaefer's Barefoot and moved on into the final round. Paul Schaefer came back out for freestyle, and he sure didn't disappoint the sold-out Tampa crowd when he broke his rear wheel.
I heard thousands of people in this stadium cheer when that thing came up. They loved your freestyle, man. Well, I wanted to put on a better freestyle, and I didn't race that good because I had a brake problem, and I was kind of scared of the truck because it rolled over. But I'm going to be back, and I thank all the fans for being out here and supporting us. One thing about it, when this guy gets everything set right, look out, Digger! Look out, Barefoot! Monster Patrol's coming to get ya!
We'll have the final showdown later in the show. We'll have more monster truck racing coming up, including a Ford Chevy showdown in Sacramento. Buggies wreak havoc on the floor of the Astrodome. Super trucks dart around in Dayton, and the Outlaw Quad War Series comes to Minnesota. Then Jerry Bernardo continues to scare Digger's neighbors when Inside Monster Jam returns.
Inside Monster Jam.
Okay, Dennis, you've had some pretty hairy crashes in your day. I mean, big-time rollovers. There's frags all over the roof here.
Hey, that's right, man. You know, when I come back to the shop and everybody complains about me tearing up so many parts, I say, hey, look at all the decorated parts we have hanging around the Grave Digger. And
Carnage.
that's it, man. It gives us something to talk about.
This week's monster moment, which one are we going to talk about? What do you think? Maybe West Lebanon? Huh?
Yeah, why not? That's a rollover that I can remember pretty good.
Monster Moment.
What about it? What happened?
I was racing a UFO. West Lebanon's a really cool track. I love racing there. And actually, when I rolled over racing him, I wasn't running as hard as I could run with the truck. So probably that's why I probably turned over. I got myself out of control driving so slow with it. But it was a pretty cool rollover. They had me wired up, you know, with the mic.
Whoa, baby. Yeah, we turned her over. She's over. That's what the people want. That's what they got. And I got a tore-up truck.
And we got the truck flipped back on its wheels, checked it all out, and went out and won the race with it. And that was the coolest part.
Why do you call this the Digger Dungeon?
Well, we had to come up with a name for a souvenir shop here at their location. And I want to have a really cool place for them to come into, so I had to start thinking of some names, something to kind of do with the digger, so we call it Digger's Dungeon.
What's this right here?
This is one of the old retired trucks, and actually there's bits and pieces, and every once in a while we'll come and we'll rob a part off of it if we need it. But this truck is, you know, the kids always want to set in a monster truck. Well, we've got this truck so the little kids can climb in it, they can get in and turn the steering wheel, they can mess with the accelerator and actually make the butterflies work on the blower and all that stuff. It's just for the fans to climb on.
From the Digger Dungeon in Kill Devil Hills, let's look at more monster truck racing. Oh, man.
He's a dill.
Monster trucks.
Husband and wife battled it out on the short straight line course. Craig Christensen and Dragon Slayer defeating significant other Julie Christensen and misbehaving. All domestic disputes should be settled on the course, shouldn't they? Sky Hartley and Bigfoot stomped out Joe Cipher and Airborne Ranger, and the Big Blue Ford just edged out Dragon Slayer. That put him in the finals. Pablo Huffaker would be in Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger, matched up twice with Priority 1. Advantage Digger both times, which earned a final round berth. The sold-out Arco Center fans had a chance to watch another epic Chevy versus Ford final round showdown. A close one, as Gravedigger just edged out Bigfoot at the line. Digger's strategy was to stay low, and it worked. In freestyle, both of these legendary trucks came back out, and they would put on an exclamation point to a great night of racing at Arco Arena in Sacramento.
Modified off-road buggies.
Inside Houston's Astrodome, 53,172 fans came out to see some great metal-crunching buggy action. Barry Calloway was right on the race leader, number 10, Steve Dutton's tail. Before the corner, there was some wheel contact. Then Dutton had too much spin coming through the corner and ended up in the hay bale. On the replay, you could see that Calloway didn't make contact in the turn itself, but his hard driving style forced Dutton's error. Calloway captured the checkered flag.
Arenacross.
Arenacross unleashed its bar-to-bar fury inside a jamming, sold-out U.S. Air Arena. On the right of your screen, number 6, P.J. Hall breaks out on Kawasaki and takes the whole shot. Hall is best known as the co-captain of Team North in the Outlaw Quad War Series, and it appeared early on he has a future on cycles. But he was passed by number 54, Walter Procanon, and fell back to 6th place, while Procanon would eventually finish 5th. With 2 laps remaining, hometown boy Brian Janda cut the inside line and came through the corner past the Honda. With the crowd behind him, the Landover native held on for the win.
Dennis, stick around. Next up, the Jammer Question of the Week. You know, fans get to ask their favorite drivers a question pertaining to the aforementioned sport of monster truck racing. I believe this question's for you. Will you be available?
No pressure, man. I'll be right here.
Okay, right here on the spot at the dungeon.
Jammer Question of the Week.
Hi, my name is Tavi, and my Jammer question is, where did the first Gravedigger monster truck make its debut?
As you ponder the Jammer question, check out the IMJ calendar. The bad boys of truck and tractor pulling will invade Vigo County Fairgrounds in Terre Haute, Indiana, July 11th and 12th. West Lebanon, New York will host one of the fastest monster truck racing events of the year. 10 of the hottest trucks in the country will go to war on July 14th, 15th, and 16th at the Lebanon Valley Speedway. Hagerstown Motor Speedway in Hagerstown, Maryland, July 18th and 19th, featuring monster truck racing, national championship quad wars, and high-flying motocross. National-level truck and tractor pulling kicks into high gear on July 18th and 19th in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. July 23rd and 24th in Evansville, Indiana. August 1st and 2nd in Owensboro, Kentucky. And the granddaddy of them all, August 15th through the 17th in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Inside Monster Jam. We'll be right back. Here's your Jammer answer.
Hi, I'm Dennis Anderson. I've got the Jammer answer of the week. This old truck right here was debuted in West Lebanon. I've got battle scars all over it. It was actually a 1951 Ford panel, but always ran that Chevy motor in it. And this is the old beast. I've still got it. It's back here in the graveyard with a bunch of other junk that I own.
All right, Dennis, now we're hanging out. What is this, the haunted house or something? What do you got going out here in the swamp?
This was just a stage front deal for Halloween. We, we put on a big Halloween haunted forest deal, and it was really cool. We had a you know, the Grim Reaper out here, lights and smoke, pyro. The ride truck came through. We just scared everybody that came through. We had a good time.
You guys have a little bit too much time on your hands. Let's go back in time. Talk about the growth of monster truck racing in the United States. Kind of started out more like car crushing.
Right, yeah, it did. It was, I mean, we've come a long ways, man. The old trucks that used to be, you know, the tallest truck with the most Casey lights would win. And, man, back crushing cars, if you ran over 2 cars and broke the windshield, you know, and you just hit them end for end, you were bad. You know, if you could just get your truck up on the cars. And look at where we're at nowadays. I mean, those trucks weighed 15,000, 16,000 pounds. We're down to 10,000-pound trucks. We can actually get lighter than that. The trucks have really got a lot of speed to them, and we're clearing, you know, 10 and 15 cars now.
Yeah, 10 and 15 cars and landing like, what's the record? Fred Schaefer, 140 feet or something like that?
Right, it's like, I think it was 148 foot. And Bigfoot done like 137. I've done 126 or something like that. But, man, it's the fans. They support the monster truck deal, and they really support me strong. I don't have a corporate sponsor, never had one. It's because of my fans. And, man, it's you know, we used to go to the little hoodoo fairgrounds and stuff like that and do a tractor pull and run over 2 cars. And that was cool. You know, there was 1,000 people there. It was a big show. Now the shows that we do now, like the Astrodome, not long ago, 73,000 people. You don't think you can't get stoking and tear up some equipment with 73,000 people going, digger, digger? You can trash it.
You gotta love it.
Dennis Anderson telling it like it is, from the heart, here in the swamp. Now let's look at Arenacross from Nashville.
See how I turned that right around?
Right.
Arenacross from Nashville.
Arenacross.
The motorcycle racing was fast and furious inside the new Nashville Arena. Number 25, Brandon Hazelwood of Fresno, California, moved into the lead past number 345, Jim Sokol of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hazelwood was responsible for this bottleneck at the corner, where number 93, Tom Luther, was forced to eat some Tennessee dirt. Even Bobby Cox couldn't keep up with Hazelwood, who rode well and took the checkered flag. Luther, still a little mad about this fall, took his frustrations out on Chad Stanko at the finish line. It just goes to show how intense the USHRA Arenacross is.
Stadium Rough Trucks.
IMJ cameras had the Arco Arena covered during Stadium Rough Trucks competition. Cliff Thompson and his 1985 Toyota looked smooth until the whoop section, but it was 4-year Rough Truck veteran Greg Hoseman and his Toyota SR5 in fine form as he glided toward the finish line with a winning time of 17:70.
Super Trucks.
Ohio's Irwin J. Nutter Center was filled to capacity for super truck racing. Alan Graves and his sky blue number 43 Dodge were out front until number 3, Kathy Sartorius, and number 6, Eldon Hampton, took the inside line for the pass. Hampton then used that same move to go past Sartorius for the lead with 3 laps to go. The next time around, the number 3 Chevy tried the same maneuver, but as Hampton went to shut the door on her, they made contact. Hampton ended up going wide as Sartorius took the checkered flag.
Okay, that was Dayton Super Trucks. Now we got a little practice run. I'm in the little Digga go-kart. This thing is great. Kids love it, and I am a kid too. This is my prelim. I'm working my way up to the big, the Mac Daddy. Later on, I drive the Grave Digger. Gentlemen, start your engines! These are the Digga go-karts, and they can take a beating like you wouldn't believe. Kids love them. They're going to be in all the stores, aren't they, Dennis?
Yes, sir, you bet, buddy.
Okay, we got Ryan Anderson, Adam Anderson. He's going to be the stunt monkey. Is the jump huge?
Yes, it might be too big.
Well, I think you can do it. Any words of encouragement for your brother?
Don't be a scaredy cat.
As always on IMJ, proper safety has been followed. Helmet strapped in, controlled environment. This is not for the meek, the weak, the mild-mannered. If you're not a stunt monkey, you can't do it, right, Dennis?
Hey, that's right, man. And you can believe one thing. If I thought I was going to hurt my kid, I wouldn't dare stick him out here.
That jump right there was a little indication of the future for you, Adam Anderson.
I guess it was.
What would you think if they said, and now the Grave Digger, Adam Anderson, and you went out and there was 72,000 fans screaming, Digger, Digger.
So I'd be pretty embarrassed if it was my first time.
Adam, he'll use his brain probably a lot more than I used mine when I first started.
There's Ryan right there, right now. Maybe he'll make a face on the window. Is this guy a little wild one or what?
Yeah, I guess so. He's pretty crazy.
Yeah, kind of like his dad. Do you want to ride around in monster trucks later on in your life? Okay, what's it like to be the Gravedigger's kid?
Cool.
When we come back on Inside Monster Jam, I will own all of this equipment by the day's end.
When we return, the monsters roar outside our nation's capital. Trial bikes perform in Charlotte, and Jerry Bernardo tears up Digger's lawn. Stay with us.
Never before, and maybe never again, U.S. Truck Fest, presented by Chevy Trucks. June 13th, 14th, and 15th at the legendary Charlotte Motor Speedway. For the first time ever, over 40 of the world's best monster trucks. Plus hundreds of show trucks, sand drags, rough trucks, four-wheel drive truck pulling, extreme sports, manufacturers, Midway, live music, and much more. The biggest truck show in the world. U.S. Truck Fest, June 13th through the 15th, Charlotte Motor Speedway.
What's this thing got in it? It's got a big block shovel in it. 496 cubic inches. It's about 600 horsepower. Sounds like it. When's the last time you drove it? About 2 years ago. Well, we're just going to take it down to Pickett's for lunch. What's going to eat down there, man? I don't know. I haven't been to Pickett's. I've been racing for the last 9 weeks. They might have forgotten me. They might not even know me down here.
I'm local. I'm from here. And we support Gravedigger all the way.
That's it for the soft shell crab lunch here at Pickett's. That was good stuff. You like it?
Yeah, man, it's the greatest.
Okay, my buddies at USHRA put together all this killer race footage. Victories, oh, of course, some rare race footage, crashes. Oh, gotta see that. The video right there, Domination with Dennis Anderson. What do you think?
It's cool, man. I've seen footage from it, and I was there. They were there with me making it. And there's some of the stuff that I didn't even really think that they'd show. It's really behind the scenes. It's going to be great.
All right, let's check it out on IMJ, which is Inside Monster Jam. Greatest show in the world. Thank you very much.
He's tough.
He's nuts.
He's nuts, he's cold. Because we just like him.
And the baby Gravedigger said, I don't want to do the big jump, Daddy. And the mommy Gravedigger said, boys, it's time for lunch. And the daddy Gravedigger said, let's check out Landover monster trucks.
Monster trucks.
Inside the U.S. Air Arena, New Jersey native Bob Fisher and Liquidator were all horsepower on the straight line course. Liquidator downed Brian Welch in Monster Patrol in qualifying, then moved on to the final round where he defeated two-year pro Joe Bagdonis and American Guardian. Jeff Bursey and Toasaurus couldn't make it to the line due to a torn drive shaft. That gave Eric Tack and Bigfoot the bye run. In the next round, Bigfoot did not look smooth over the crushed cars, but he sent fast qualifier Monster Patrol back to the pits to figure out what went wrong. This final round had the sold-out crowd dancing in their seats as underdog Bob Fisher and Liquidator edged Eric Tack and Bigfoot in a photo finish.
Yeah, it makes us feel good when we win anything, but when we beat the big guys, it's really something for the crew.
Outlaw Quad Wars.
With the opportunity to tie the series, Team North in white was spurred on by the Minnesota crowd. Now it's number 20, Randy Dinkins, who busted out with the hole shot and then held the lead until there was just one lap to go. However, Dinkins thought the race was over and he prematurely began his cool-down victory lap. That would allow Team South's Mike Snudden to blow by, and he took the lead. and the boos were deafening at this point inside the Metrodome, with Snudden apparently headed to the final corner for the win. But there, number 91, Alex Da Silva, hammered the throttle and took not only the lead, but the improbable victory. After 10 rounds of the Outlaw Quad War Series, neither team is able to pull away. Patience and balance are the keys to trials riding, where maneuvering from obstacle to obstacle without touching the ground is the name of the game. At the Charlotte Coliseum, Doug White puts on a show as the National Trials Master on his special titanium mountain bike, wowed the crowd with this balance and agility.
Okay, here's the skinny. When we come back from break, I myself, Jerry Bernardo, host of Inside Monster Jam, will be given permission to drive the legendary Gravedigger. And nobody gets to hop in there and go for a spin unless they got connections like I do. Stick around. Look at how nervous he is.
Inside Monster Jam. We'll be right back. The final showdown.
Despite the unseasonable cold, Digger and Crusher generated major heat in the final. Porter's GMC ran flawlessly on the tricky U-turn course as he glided over the cars for the W.
Gary, I saw this crowd tonight turn around. They were behind you, man, when they saw you go over the line. Great job of driving.
Yeah, thanks. I knew Robert was going to be tough. You know, he beat me there in the qualifying round. I knew I was going to have to sort of tighten up on my turning and cut it real short. And you know, I don't know if he messed up or what happened, but I was just glad to take the win here, and I appreciate everybody coming out to see us again.
First of all, I want to say one thing. Do you know what a privilege it is to get to drive the Gravedigger? How many people do you let drive this seriously?
This will be the first.
Okay, for some reason, why would you let me drive this seriously?
Because I think you're cool.
Okay, another thing is we definitely have the ignition interrupter going on here, because safety's always a major factor.
Right, exactly, because, man, you never know what's going to happen on these dudes. So that way, if we think that you're going too fast and too far, I've got my finger on the button,
Shut
buddy.
you down.
I can stop you.
Okay, so what we're doing is this is a little test area he has. He had a jump here earlier, but we took it out. This is just kind of like a little straightaway where we test the transmission, make sure it goes through the gears right and stuff like that. So that's what we're just going to do. We're aiming for a whole shot.
Right.
First to second gear.
Right.
It feels like it pulls a huge wheelie.
Right, and seeing people always ask, what is it like to get in a monster truck and do it? It's hard to explain. When you're going to your target, the next pile of cars.
Feel this thing.
It's thumping.
Thanks.
All
dude,
right,
no,
man.
Seriously. That was fun. What a way to end up a great day here at Gravedigger's house. We rode around on all the little stuff, kind of warmed up, let him drive on the street rod, then got out back. That's what it's like. Wait, one more time. How's that audio? IMJ, best show in the world. First ever. Yeah.
Cool.
You can't fake that stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was a stunt driver. Bernardo didn't really drive the Gravedigger.
I want that.
Tony, but the Tigers picked